Here, I want to talk about setting boundaries with pride. And at the end, I will give a definition of a creep, and according to research that states yes, whether it's a man or a woman, can change direction and stop being a creep. But the main thing is to realize one cannot change others, but protecting self from what doesn't feel good to one as an individual without losing oneself. So today I say proudly, not because I faced disrespect, because I stood firm, set clear boundaries, and refused to stoop to anger or belligerence. In a world where online spaces can fill quickly with creeps and unsolicited comments, it takes courage to respond with respect, strength, and self-love. Too often, those who feel entitled to our time or our bodies try to wear us down. Some attitudes come from toxic histories, twisted by racism, sexism, and cycles of abuse. Misguided beliefs that Black women are here to cater or submit, that our value lies in what we offer others physically. These are legacies no one should carry. Some people cling to objectification and incivility, fueled by endless streams of exploitation and pornography, struggling to interact as full, decent human beings. But today I say loudly and clearly, nobody has time for creeps. No invading another's boundaries is not playful or flattering. No, you do not get to project your hurt, your fantasies, or your ignorance onto me or anyone else. And yet I say this without hate, without rage. I say it with pride. I am worthy of respect. I am here, you are here, to be seen and heard as a whole person. If you will not offer kindness and decency, you will be blocked. Let this be a lesson to anyone who needs to set boundaries, men or women. Whenever you are, wherever you are not obligated to entertain disrespect. You are not alone. Your peace and self-worth comes first. And you never need to apologize for protecting them. So let's lift each other up and stand together and teach the world a better way. A creep is generally understood as someone whose behavior makes others feel uncomfortable, uneasy, or sometimes fearful, often because they push or ignore social and personal boundaries, especially of a sexual nature. Unlike harmless awkwardness, what makes someone a creep is the persistent, unwanted attention or actions that disregard another person's comfort or clear signals to stop. Creepy behavior can include unsolicited messages or advances, staring, making overly personal remarks, not taking no for an answer, and behaving in ways that make people feel unsafe or objectified. The defining factor is that the person in a conscious way or unconscious way creates fear or discomfort for others, sometimes fueled by a sense of entitlement or desire for power over others. Can creeps change? Yes, it is possible for someone to change direction and stop being a creep. but the motivation and effort have to come from within themselves. Change starts when a person becomes self-aware, recognizes that their actions are inappropriate or harmful, and genuinely wants to treat others with respect. So this involves actively listening and respecting boundaries. Learning to accept no gracefully without pushing. Reflecting on and unlearning beliefs or habits rooted in harmful stereotypes or objectification. Practicing empathy and seeing others as real people, not as means to an end. It is important to note, however, that some creeps will only change when there are negative consequences for their actions, like being called out, blocked, or socially rejected, rather than when simply asked to change. Actions such as setting firm boundaries and holding people accountable are often needed before someone takes responsibility for their behavior and chooses to improve. Teaching and supporting change. For those wishing to break away from creepy behavior, resources include therapy, social skills, coaching, and honest conversation about boundaries and consent. Support from friends, mentors, or professionals can help, but the individual must own their change process. Communities improve when we all model and expect respectful, decent behavior. So finally, a creep is someone who doesn't respect boundaries and makes others feel unsafe or uncomfortable. Change is possible, but only if the person is willing to honestly recognize, learn, and do better. Until then, drawing boundaries and prioritizing your safety is the smartest move. So here I have added my words to an app that can create a song, and here you go. Enjoy. Thank you.
No time for creeps. Oh, no time for creeps. Oh, I walk in power, I stand my ground. So many years they try to tear me down. Commons fly, unjust and slide, but I see through every tide, oh lie. You thought my silence was the right to invade, but my voice is strong and I'm not afraid. History's shadow tried to write my part, but you won't ever touch the fire in my heart. Nobody's got time for creeps. If respect ain't spoken, you can keep your peace. Step to me with kindness or just walk on by. Your old games don't work on me, don't even try. Block game strong, dignity's my shield. I'm proud, I'm clear, I own this field. Some people chase pleasure, thinking they're old, but they're lost in the script. Too many times told, generations repeating what's never been healed. Objectifying bodies, ignoring what's real. But I know my story, I own my skin. If your words disrespect, you won't get in. No shrinking, no apology, I rise above. Teaching boundary moments, self-respect and love. Nobody's got time for creeps. If respect ain't spoken, you can keep your peace. Step to me with kindness or just walk on by. Your old games don't work on me, don't even try. You think think you're hidden behind the screen, but your darkness will never define my dreams. I answer with light, with courage and pride. With every block I stand dignified. Why nobody's got time for creep. If you're pressing past my lines, you face defeat. Men and women, hear my melody. Sing it for your peace, claim your liberty. Actions in seconds, save your soul for years. We're strong, we're brave, we're moving past the tears. Let's call it what it is. Let's speak what we need. Boundaries are actions. Respect is the creed. And if you don't bring that, you're blocked. Because I am proud of my peace. You deserve safety. You deserve respect. Setting boundaries is an act of love, both for yourself and for others who need to see what true strength looks like. Nobody's got time for creeps. If respect ain't spoken, you can keep your peace. Step to me with kindness or just walk on by. Your old games don't work on me, don't even try.
No time for creeps. Proud of my peace. I walk in power, I stand my ground. So many years they tried to tear me down. Comments fly, unjust and sly, but see through every tired old lie. You thought my silence was the right to invade. My voice is strong and I'm not afraid. History shadow tried to write my part, but you won't never touch the fire in my heart. Nobody's got time for creeps. If respect ain't spoken, you can keep your peace. Step to me with kindness or just walk on by. Your old games don't work on me, don't even try. Block game strong, dignity's my shield. I'm proud, I'm clear, I own this field. Some people chase pleasure, thinking they're old, but they're lost in the script. Too many times told, generations repeating what's never been healed. Objectifying bodies, ignoring what's real, but I know my story, I own my skin. If your words disrespect, you won't get in. No shrinking, no apology, I rise above. Teaching boundary moments, self-respect and love. You think you're hidden behind a screen, but your darkness will never define my dreams. I answer with light, with courage and pride. With every block I stand dignified. Final. Nobody's got time for creeps. If you're pressing past my lines, you face defeat. Men and women, hear my melody. Sing it for your peace, claim your liberty. Actions in seconds, save your soul for years. We're strong, we're brave, we're moving past the tears. Let's call it what it is. Let's speak what we need. Boundaries are actions. Respect is the creed. And if you don't bring that, you're blocked. Because I am proud of my peace. You deserve safety. You deserve respect. Setting boundaries is an act of love, both for yourself and for others who need to see what true strength looks like.